Today we're going to talk about how to write a credit dispute letter. In our last video, how to dispute errors on your credit report, we discussed the steps necessary to dispute those errors. Today we're going to bring it all together and focus on how to write an effective credit dispute letter. To recap, here are the highlights of the first video. First, contact the creditor who is reporting the error. Contact the credit bureaus only if you are unsuccessful with that creditor. Make sure that you have documentation proving your claim that the information on the credit report is in error. Writing a letter or email to a creditor or to the credit bureaus will be more effective than a phone call. What a credit dispute letter should say. It should identify the creditor, the account number, and a specific error that the creditor is reporting to the credit bureaus. It should also describe in as much detail as is necessary why the information reported is an error. It should include any documentation that supports your claim. The creditor is unlikely to remove a negative entry without evidence. It should also include a request to have the error corrected with all three credit bureaus, as well as to provide you with a written notice that the erroneous information has been removed. Next, we're going to work on customizing your credit letter. The address of the creditor should be available in the credit report. It's usually listed on the last pages of the credit report. The opening paragraph references your credit report as the source of the information. Cut and paste the top portion of the credit report that identifies you and the report, and the specific credit reference in the body of the report that pertains to that creditor. You don't need to include the whole credit report. Be sure to describe why the enclosed documentation proves conclusively that the credit entry is in error. The reader may not necessarily get that from the documentation itself. Be sure to request written confirmation of the correction. The creditor may fail to report the changes to the credit bureaus, and you will need to follow up with them yourself. The creditor's written confirmation of the error will be your evidence to the bureaus. This is what your letter should look like. We're going to focus on the customized portions, which are bolded in red. You can adjust these sections to fit whatever your circumstance is. The second paragraph of the letter describes our dispute in some detail, while the third paragraph describes the documentation that we're sending in support of our position. The fourth paragraph is very important. We're asking that all three credit repositories are notified of the change, and also that we receive a written confirmation from the creditor. Once your letter has been sent, you must follow up with the creditor or the credit bureaus. Contact the creditor if you don't hear from them within 10 business days. Resend your letter if they say they didn't get it, but get someone's name and send it to him or her directly. If they correct the dispute, wait 30 days, then re-pull your credit report to make sure the creditor corrected the information with all three credit bureaus. If not, then write another credit dispute letter to the credit bureaus, but enclose a copy of the creditor's correction letter to you. Remember, there are three credit bureaus and you may need to contact them all. Thanks for watching, and if it has anything to do with credit reports, or credit scores, you'll find the answers at top10creditreports.com.